Exodus chapter 13, verses 21 and 22. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them along the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, that they might travel by day and by night. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 11. And as they still went on and talked, behold, chariots of fire and horses of fire separated the two of them, and Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Some have speculated that the pillar of cloud and fire that led the Israelites during their journey in the wilderness could have been a form of advanced guidance or communication from extraterrestrial beings, while some have suggested that the descriptions of chariots on fire and whirlwinds could be interpreted as advanced technology or extraterrestrial vehicles. Again, this interpretation is not mainstream and is considered speculative. Throughout history, people have pondered the ancient scriptures, wondering about the enigmatic encounters and curious descriptions contained within them. Questions naturally arise. What did the writers of the ancient world truly experience? And how did they interpret these experiences in their sacred texts? As we embark on this journey, it's essential to emphasize that our exploration into these realms should not sway or diminish one's Christian beliefs. Instead, let us delve into the intriguing possibility that the cryptic creatures, advanced methods, gadgets, and techniques described in these ancient texts might hold clues to encounters with beings from beyond our world. Could these writings be potential evidence of extraterrestrial visitors among us, perhaps even continuing to visit? Some researchers in this realm have claimed secret dealings with world governments, raising questions about what we may not yet fully understand about our own history and the presence of advanced beings in our midst. Let's explore these instances in writings as we go down from the ancient world to modern history. In an old Jewish way of understanding the Bible called Kabbalah, it's said that Adam was made from a group of people who were similar to humans and already lived on Earth. Some folks think this suggests that humans might have been modified genetically, and you can see more of this in the Bible's Garden of Eden story. Now let's consider the story of the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve enjoyed a perfect life. Then, out of the blue, a snake-like creature comes to them and offers them some special food. So, who is this serpent? According to ancient tales, this serpent in the Garden of Eden was actually like a human. It stood up straight, had arms and legs, and could talk. The serpent chats with Eve and says, "I have this fruit." And all of a sudden they transform into what we'd call modern people. They start making clothes, jewelry, building houses and vehicles, crafting tools. It's like they made a big jump from primitive humans to more advanced ones who are more aware of themselves and their surroundings. Some people who think about ancient astronauts believe that similar stories of creation can be found in different cultures worldwide. For example, Mayan stories say humans were created by a feathered serpent called Kukulkan. And in ancient Chinese tales, the first emperor Huangdi is said to be the child of a human woman and a dragon god who came down from the sky. One prominent example is the Mayan creation story, which tells of humans being created by a feathered serpent named Kukulkan. In this narrative, Kukulkan's role as a divine creator mirrors the serpent's role in the Garden of Eden, suggesting a common thread of serpentine beings guiding human development. In Mayan mythology, Kukulkan is a complex deity associated with various aspects of life, including agriculture, fertility, wind, and rain. Kukulkan was also revered as a god of learning and wisdom. They argue that the descriptions of these gods in mythological texts and artwork are evidence of these ancient astronaut visits. This might be why a passage in the Bible is dedicated for people to look up the sky and see the sun and moon, so humanity knows where God is. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 19 said that, "And when you look up to the sky and see the sun, the moon, and the stars, all the heavenly array, do not be enticed into bowing down to them and worshipping things the Lord your God has appertitioned to all the nations under heaven. Similarly, ancient Chinese legends describe the first emperor, Huangdi, as the offspring of a human woman and a dragon god who descended from the sky. Huangdi's origins are shrouded in legend, but according to traditional Chinese mythology, he was born in the 27th century BCE, during a time when China was divided into numerous tribal regions. His mother, Fubao, was said to have conceived him after she stepped into the footprint of a divine being while she was out in the fields. This divine encounter was believed to have impregnated her with Huangdi. This blending of the terrestrial and celestial in human origins echoes the notion of extraterrestrial intervention in our evolution. As a child, Huangdi was said to have possessed exceptional intelligence and wisdom. He was known for his curiosity and thirst for knowledge. He sought to understand the world around him, including the workings of the natural world and the mysteries of the universe. According to the legend, he invented various tools and technologies, such as the Chinese calendar and the compass, which were instrumental in the development of Chinese civilization. Many experts believe that the reason he can create such tools and technologies is because of his origins of an advanced civilization. But one of the most fascinating creation stories comes from the Sumerians, who many experts believe were the earliest human civilization on Earth. About 4,000 years ago, the Sumerians wrote down stories about powerful beings called the Anunnaki, who came down from the sky to Earth. Among these figures, there was one named Enki. According to Zecharia Sitchin, an author who spent a long time studying Sumerian writings, Enki is like a serpent in the Garden of Eden. Enki is considered the god of technology among the Anunnaki. Sitchin noticed that Enki was often symbolized as a serpent and suggested that he might be the serpent in the Garden of Eden, the one responsible for shaping our current path of evolution. Enki apparently tweaked our human DNA to awaken and enlighten us. This might be the reason why on Colossians chapter 1 verse 16, it is said that, "For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through him and for him." In the context of the ancient astronaut hypothesis, these narratives collectively imply extraterrestrial involvement in the development of human civilization. Both Egyptian and Sumerian accounts suggest that beings from other worlds may have interacted with early humans, activating the latent potential within our brains that distinguishes us as Homo sapiens. Or at least, that's the idea. However, aliens don't stop showing themselves in the bygone ancient era. One of the most prominent modern examples are the encounters of a researcher named Albert K. Bender. Albert K. Bender, a well-known UFO investigator, faced a scary visit that forced him to stop his UFO research suddenly. Bender established the International Flying Saucer Bureau during the UFO frenzy of 1952, when people reported seeing flying saucers in various places, including Washington, D.C. The organization gained popularity quickly. However, just a year later, Bender unexpectedly shut it down, leaving people curious about the reason. The strange incident that led to this decision occurred when he returned home one night, entered his bedroom, and three mysterious, shadowy figures appeared through the wall. They wore hats and overcoats, had glowing eyes, and emitted a strong sulfur smell. According to Bender, the three beings communicated with him through thoughts, urging him to quit his UFO studies and cease publishing his influential magazine, The Space Review. Following this encounter, he fell sick and didn't eat for 3 days. After this incident, Bender claimed he had repeated visits from these entities. They caused him severe headaches and seemed to control him using telepathy. Eventually, he gave up his UFO investigations and discontinued The Space Review, which documented UFO sightings worldwide. He informed his subscribers and associates that these beings told him they came from a very distant part of the universe and had been visiting Earth for a while. They insisted that no one should interfere with their activities and that they had even taken some humans from Earth to conceal their operations until they were finished. This is a significant moment in our history, especially in the UFO research community, where mysterious shadow figures disrupted and hindered someone's investigations, potentially delaying progress in the field. The beings that Albert Bender came across matched the descriptions of what are currently known as the Hat Men, although he referred to them as the Men in Black. While popular culture often portrays the Men in Black as government agents, those who claim to have encountered them often believe they are not human. These Men in Black are enigmatic and sinister entities, shrouded in secrecy and dressed in dark clothing. Many people speculate that they may be extraterrestrials themselves, or working on behalf of extraterrestrials to prevent humans from uncovering the truth about extraterrestrial presence on Earth. They communicate with individuals who have witnessed UFOs. Some people have reported that these beings seem unfamiliar with basic things, such as which end of a pen to use, or they struggle to eat or drink when offered something. Both the Hat Men and the Men in Black share common characteristics. They are known for wearing hats, communicate with people through telepathy, and sometimes display malevolent behavior. It's even suggested that they might belong to the same category of beings. There's a theory suggesting that the Hat Men and the Men in Black could be the leaders of the Shadow People, directing these shadowy entities to influence humans, especially to deter them from investigating UFO encounters. It's undeniable that the stories about Shadow People, Men in Black, and other visitations often get intertwined. Could they be one and the same? It's possible. However, what seems to be occurring on our planet might be a widespread sense of unease or confusion caused by real events happening to real people. Understanding what exactly is happening remains uncertain. However, as revealed in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, we shall remember that, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." In the event of the discovery of extraterrestrial life, whether in the present or future, it is crucial to remember that our faith in God remains unwavering. Just as we believe that all life on Earth is created by the divine, these potential extraterrestrial beings are also part of God's creation. As people of faith, we are called to exercise compassion, tolerance, and respect for all forms of life, regardless of their origin or differences from us. We should always seek peaceful and cooperative means of interaction, striving to learn from one another, and working together for the betterment of our shared universe. In line with this, the Bible verse from Colossians chapter 3 verse 14 serves as a reminder, "And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." Love, as exemplified in this verse, is a powerful guiding principle that can help us navigate encounters with the unknown and foster harmonious relationships with any sentient beings we may encounter beyond our planet.